Yeah, so thank you so much, GlobUs, and I'm glad that we are here today to not only discuss and deliberate on ideas, but also to find solutions to the common challenges that the world and more importantly, human race is facing. And as we speak today, every moment, every second, the global landscape is continuously undergoing transformation. And it won't be a overstatement that if I say that our generation is actually living in a VUCA world, that is a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. So, as a global citizen, I think it is our own responsibility to bring back some order in the society and in the world, not only for our own good, but for the survival of human race. We've been seeing so many challenges that it is important that we hold back for some time and deliberate about what we are doing. And for that, the first step, according to me, would be to acknowledge the fact that the world today is facing various challenges, which starts from maybe environment pollution to economic slowdown. Of course, terrorism is a major irritant these days. With that comes cyber and space warfare. There's inequality, poverty, violence, regional and religious conflicts. So we can say there are multiple fault lines, and whether we like it or not, we are getting divided every day on the basis of our ideologies, our religious dogmas, socioeconomic status, and so on. And I feel at pain when I think about this, and this is a very, very serious state of affairs. I believe that as responsible global citizens, it is high time that we ponder upon this crisis and look out for constructive solutions. As far as I'm concerned, I would like to reflect on our ancient cultures and traditions for building a cohesive world wherein we see the inherent dignity in every human being, which most of the times we fail to do because we are running after individual successes, after materialistic possessions. So we fail to see that inherent dignity in every human being. And by virtue of being born in a land where we truly believe in the philosophy of Vasudev Kutumbakam, which means that world is one family, I feel it is more important today than ever for each one of us to imbibe this very ideology in our lives. So there's an urgent need to educate our people, our children, our future generation, our leadership, of course, like Mr. Jagdish Khatri also mentioned, that no matter where we live, what we do, how we are sustaining, we are just one race, the human race. And the only way forward is to coexist together while accepting our individual differences. And as a representative of a country, of this beautiful land, which is recognized the world over for unity in diversity, I say with a lot of responsibility that differences are beautiful. Because it is our differences that allow us to learn from each other, to discover new and incredible facts. They actually design our unicity, our amazing uniqueness. But unfortunately, what is happening is we are observing discrimination on the basis of these differences. And we often forget that the same blood is running through the veins of entire human race. We have to accept that the society or the world can never ever be homogeneous. And why should it be homogeneous? I mean, even our identical twins have different fingerprints. So how can we accept a person living far away from us on a different land to be thinking the way we do, to have similar ideologies as we have? Rather, we should be celebrating the diversity. And I truly feel that the peace we seek in the world actually begins in human hearts. And it finds its glorious expression when we look beyond our differences and rejoice in the beauty of each and every soul. The father of our nation, Gandhiji, had once said that our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. Such a simple statement, which actually makes us think what we are doing, how we are going wrong. It simply means that unity is nothing but the addendum of many differences and diversities. It is not about repressing the differences. In fact, it is exactly the opposite. It is about making them flourish like a beautiful flower in the early spring. It will all blossom together in a field with many flowers, and each of them with its own peculiarity, with its own odor, with its own uniqueness, forming together an astonishing, beautiful field. And mind you, our generation, all of us are at that point in history where we have to make this happen. The onus lies on each one of us. More so, we are living in the age of artificial intelligence, wherein, robots are taking over most of the tasks that we humans could do. To be honest, sometimes we feel that they can actually do the mundane tasks with greater efficiency and accuracy, and maybe we would be replaced by robots sometime soon. But there's something which I feel will forever differentiate humans from bots, and that is our emotions. The touch, the feel, the senses of human beings that can never be replaced by machines. So, as humans, we must appreciate this very facet of human life, which makes us humans. And therefore, humanity, the concept of universal welfare, which transcends regional as well as national welfare, must be the basis of our interactions. The key word here is humanity. I have been focusing on humanity because that is one thing that can take us forward. More so in this age of rapid globalization and digitization, the world I feel is becoming increasingly interdependent. We saw it during COVID times. A small virus which had started at one particular location overnight spread to the entire world. So today we are so deeply interconnected that without a sense of universal responsibility, a feeling of universal brotherhood and sisterhood, and an understanding and belief that we are really a part of one big human family, we cannot hope to overcome the dangers to our very existence. Forget about bringing happiness, peace, or the traits that we actually desire for. So, a universal humanitarian approach to world problems seems to be the only sound basis for the creation of a progressive and peaceful world. I feel in the post transformation world, we must try to get over our past differences. And this is something which is very simple, but often it is very difficult to implement. But we need to realize that most of the challenges that we face today are due to historical reasons or our past actions. We cannot just keep holding back to them. I can give you numerous examples how the historical reasons are actually creating dissonance in the society, but we all know that, and I would not want to get into the political part of that. But it is important that we as a society resolve our issues amicably through discussions and diplomacy. While keeping our eye on the larger good of the society and human race. And this point was very validly raised by Professor Khatri as well. So the key point here would be to understand each other's aspirations, mutually beneficial cooperation, and working together on issues of global significance in political, economic, cultural, environmental, and social spheres is the foundation for a better world. Our nations and people must identify the areas of cooperation in every domain: the domain of trade and economy, cultural exchanges, scientific and technological advancements, climate change, security, as well as counterterrorism, as well as political cooperation in bilateral and multilateral issues of importance. And I feel only then we will be able to replace competition with collaboration and pledge our commitment to build a brighter future for our citizens together. And somewhere deep in my heart, I feel art and culture definitely has a major role in this because it provides a common thread to unite each one of us. We all know that music, art, dance has no language and it transcends boundaries and appreciated across borders. Through my experience, I can say that art humanizes, art sensitizes, and art makes a better person of all of us. It teaches us to live in harmony while appreciating the beauty of life. So, my humble request to each one of us to take a pledge today to stop differentiating on the basis of nationality, ethnicity, race, religion, caste, or gender. As humans, we must rise above our differences and stand for each other at the times of crisis, irrespective of the socioeconomic status, religious dogmas, political ideologies, or any other form of discrimination. By following the basics of life that includes showcasing positivity and embracing humanity. So that is my humble request. Embrace humanity, be humans first. Everything else can wait.